still posting the link on Facebook and Instagram. Let me just do that. How is everyone? Good morning, Sarina. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning, Adriana. And good morning, Yvonne. Yay, so many people. Oops, I had the sound on. Okay. Because last week I forgot to share the link on Instagram. So let's just do that right now. Should I take a meta selfie again? There. It's such a blurry photo. Doesn't matter though. Good morning, kids. Good morning to good morning to South Korea. I can't read Korean characters, sorry. Who does your nails? I actually do my own nails. Ta-da! I have nail stickers from Wrap My Nails, and they're really fun, and I just like doing it, and they stay on for like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, so that's really nice. Yes, so I have received my copy of the book. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing of like waiting, so here it is. Oh. I'm so excited. It's a hardcover book. So it really is just a nice sturdy book, and I just love it so much. So Breien met Kleur. This means knitting with color. It's a Dutch book, so we are planning an English version. But yes, this is the Dutch version. I am Dutch, so it makes sense for me to publish a book in Dutch first. So I'm sorry to all the non-Dutch speakers, but you know, in due time there will be an English version. Emma says, I'm trying to do some work, making computers ready, so much waiting and knitting time off. Doing some work from home because at the office isn't an option energy wise. Oh, okay. I'm happy to keep you company while you work. Oh, you can't make it to Ghent, Chris. Oh, I was hoping to see you, but that's okay. I know Ghent is like far away for many, and even if it's close by, it can be quite a lot of energy to go out into the city. Good morning, Ariadne. Yay! So the back, it's me. Oh yeah, I love it so much. So we'll have a little go through. How do you say that? Een beetje doorbladeren. Anyway, we'll just fan through the book. I always start at the back. I don't know, that's easy, I think. Emma says, I'll buy the book if I have some leftover money after the breidagen tomorrow. Oh, then I'll see you at the breidagen. I'll be there tomorrow as well. Per use. Oh, That's a very fancy word, Natasha. Peruse a book. So I don't know, does anyone do that as well? So to start at the back, we have some instructions. So I took some photos, and we do have QR codes as well, because I like tutorial videos, and I love that now I can combine tutorial videos with a book. It's just really nice that I can, I can put a video in the book, because I don't believe that you can get everything that you need from just photos or just text. And it's great for a refresher if you already know the techniques, just the Kitchener stitch. Sometimes you just need a refresher, but if it's very new, then so I really recommend browsing the tutorials via the QR codes. They are in Dutch as well. And then we get to the patterns. We have sock patterns. Oh, I love these photos so much. Oh, here's a photo of me and Charlie, who you might know from Charlingual. She was helping out with photography, and then of course you get pulled into the photo shoot to be a model, which I hope she didn't mind. And so those are the socks. Then we have the mittens, and I really love the layout. There really is like as if each pattern is a book by itself, and it kind of has a cover. I think it's so beautiful, and it's really handy to fan through the book like this, because you can kind of see where the pattern is that you want to find, because we have hats, we have cowls, we have mittens, and then we have socks. And it's better if I show this later if I have the other camera. But if you have, say, now we are making this one, and then if we want to find the other patterns for that, you can really easily go to like, oh hey, here's the cowl for that. So yeah. So I really love that. So we have hats. Here they are. And cowls. Let me find a good photo of the cowls. Here I have them. I just love them so much. And the mittens. We have a gorgeous photo of the mittens. Here. I understand now that when people write a book, they're like holding the book and saying, "Oh, it's my baby," and it really is my baby. It was a labor of 2 months, 2 years. I mean, yeah. Oh, good morning, Hilde. Elk patroon is een hoofdstuk op zich. Yes, yeah. It does look like that. Each pattern is its own chapter. That is so well thought out. Thank you. Yes, it was a really nice collaboration with the photographer Kim and the graphic designer Sigrid, and it just really came together. Here's my dad. I love this photo of him, and I love that a lot of the photos were taken in my grandpa's house. My grandpa passed away two years ago, and my grandmother passed away maybe 16 years ago, so really a long time. And I have so many memories of this house, and you can see it in the background here, for example. And it's just so special to me that we were there that whole day and shooting these gorgeous photos, which I have in the book, and which, you know, I also have as digital files so that I can use them on my website, and it's just so special. The house has been sold now to lovely new owners who really appreciate the kind of 70s aesthetic of it. So yeah, but it feels like such a nice and special, like, how do you say that, closing of that chapter. So that just yeah, feels very nice. And yeah, I love the cover as well. Sigrid, the graphic designer, she drew all of these designs of mine. So this is the Leiden motif, and so she drew all of that, and she made that into backgrounds, and so this one, this is the Urmond motif. All of the motifs are named after Dutch cities and towns where I've lived. So we have Wessem, Halle, Leiden, Heerlen, and Urmond. And so this one, Urmond, with the leaves, she made that into the inner cover. These are called the schutbladen, which, you know, you learn so many specific words when you get into book writing. So, but anyway, and here is one of the motifs as well, the Halen motif, and I just love it just so much. So in a minute I'll take the other camera and we'll have a little bit of a closer look. But yeah, I think I want to knit a bit first. Or maybe I should take the overhead camera for that as well. So I need to clean up my desk a little bit, because I still have the frame here from last week. Because I have an idea. I briefly mentioned it last week. I want to kind of knit over it, and then to use it as a photo frame. I mean to take selfies at craft fairs, for example, or at the book launch party. Urmond, yeah, I live in Urmond right now. So we live very close by. But of course we're moving in 2 weeks. So this is a bit of a roller coaster time. And as you might see, there was a closet here. So we're getting rid of most of our furniture. We're only taking a few pieces of furniture and then just boxes of stuff. And today I need to clear 3 more closets because they're gonna a family member is picking them up today. So this is my hour of calm before I need to get stuff done. So I'm just going to take the overhead camera, setting up my tripod. Looks like I'm doing marketing for this tripod now, which I am not. No, okay. I need to put a little stick in it so that it stays horizontal. Okay. And then we move this a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's see if it's working. Okay. Yeah, I mean you can still see the tripod, but I think I'm gonna leave it zoomed out like this. And as always, this camera will be a little bit more choppy because it is connected via Wi-Fi, so it's gonna be a little bit less quality. If the whole screen is pixelated, then you might want to adjust the quality, and you can do that by hovering with your mouse over the screen, and then you can see the little settings icon, and then you can change the quality. Ariadne says, your move is such an adventure, so awesome that you guys are just gonna go. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it definitely looks like we're just gonna go. But it has been so difficult. We've been working towards moving to Scotland for, since July last year. I mean, in May last year we got the idea, and then in July we said, yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah. And it's taken us until now to actually go. We only signed a apartment, a tenancy contract last week. That was really the last piece of the puzzle. And but finding a job and getting the visa approved and finding a mover, that was really the most difficult, I think. But I would definitely recommend. I mean, I'm not there yet, so I can't really say that yet. But we're still so excited. So I'm going to show you a bit more of the book, but not too much, because I don't want to spoil too much. Because I think it's really fun if you get the book and if you still have more things to explore. And one thing I actually wanted to show, but that I don't think the camera will pick up, is the background here. So I'm going to hold it up a bit higher, because the graphic designer, she took a photo of this the other sample of this design. I mean, I knit this after everything was complete, but just for reference. So she took a picture of this, and then on her design interface thing, she imagined that this is the pen that you use on the tablet or whatever, and then she drew over every stitch like that, and then she created a little repeat pattern out of that, and then that is what you see in the background here. So you might not be able to see it yet here on the screen. But yeah, oh, maybe the other camera will pick that up. Let me see. Let me just check. So it has to focus first. Okay. I think you can see like there's a little bit of like there is a drawing there. And I just love that detail so much, and I think that this is really one of the things that, you know, elevates this whole book, and this beautiful photography. So we were in my grandpa's house for the first day, and then the second day we were out in the woods, in het Leudalbos. People from Limburg might know this forest. So the Leudal, and this is the Lidsberg, and the Lidsberg is really just it's a hill that kind of slopes down into a river, and it's summertime. We would play by this river, and you know, we would run into the river and then run back up the hill, and the ground is this kind of like clay type soil, so it would get so slippery, which of course was the whole point, because then we could like water slide into the river, and it was very, very fun. And you know, each of the kids in my class and the other kids that I knew, we all had special Lidsberg clothing, because you know, the clay, it was this kind of like ochre orange, and it will like soak through your clothes and you would not be able to wash it out. So everyone that I knew had a separate set of Lidsberg clothing that, you know, you could wear it there because it was already ruined. So so yeah, a little bit of backstory. So that's where we shot the second day, and I love that there's this kind of autumnal feel. This was the first weekend after Easter, so it was already like in the middle of April, but still it was it looks very autumnal, so I'm really happy with that. And I absolutely love these photos. One of the things I absolutely wanted was that we do a photo background. It's just, I think this is so beautiful, and I think you can add so much, what's the word, sphere, so much like ambience. That sounds not really like the word I want to say. Like it adds a vibe, it adds an atmosphere to the book, and I really love that. So here I'm talking a bit about the yarns, but let me just check what I want to show you next. See, just like this one, I love this kind of like. And here you see all of the patterns in one photo. So we have the Hale motif, we have the Wessem motif, Urmond, Leide, and Heerle. Of course, you can't see them all very well, which I think adds to the fun part of the photo. But I assure you, we have lots of photos where you can see the pattern very clearly, such as here. And I just love this cowl. So let me show you the cowl samples. I'm actually knitting a cowl right now. trying to decide which camera to use. So this is one of the cowls. And let me just explain a little bit about the construction, because I think that's really helpful. So, well, should I do that? I'm not sure. Basically, you knit a tube, which at the end you sew together, so that in this way, you can pull it over your head. And so I have a clip in my hair, so I'm not sure if I should put this on right now, but so I'll just pretend. So this one goes over your head once, and just sits really cozily like this. And I really like this for, biking. I'm so Dutch. So if you're on the bike, then you really need something that is gonna, stay up and protect you from the wind. And I don't want it to kind of like fall down, which, I think inevitably it will happen, but I wanted to have something like kind of sturdy, so that's why it's double-sided. So hopefully it will stay up. And then for each design, you can also knit it twice as long. So this is the Eurmond motif. And you have to put it around your head twice. And especially these, they're a lot more knitting time, but I think it's so rewarding, because it's just, this is going to keep you toasty warm, and I think I'm going to use these a lot in Scotland as well. So these are really my favorite patterns from the book, because I think you can just get so much use out of these. And of course you can with hats and mittens and socks as well, but I think that these these are not a standard pattern, because I find that usually cowl patterns, they're kind of seen as the quick version of a shawl, and usually they're just a single tube of like a single layer knitting, and I find that they drop down a lot. And even if you make them longer and then loop them again, it's just 2 layers that's gonna drop down. So usually, when I knit a cowl and it's like perfect for a week, 2 weeks, and then it the yarn relaxes a little bit more, it gets a little bit more stretched out, and then it's just it just doesn't protect my neck from the wind that much anymore, which is especially crucial if you're on a bike. Ariadne asked, can you already mention what kind of yarn is used in the book? Yes. I stuck to one type of yarn for the whole book, which is Scheepjes Metropolis. Oh, I thought I still had this camera on. So Scheepjes Metropolis, or Metropolis, whichever way you want to pronounce it. This is just a great yarn. It is my favorite yarn. It is 200 meters per 50 grams, so you would say it is kind of your typical sock yarn. It is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and firstly, it is my favorite yarn, and secondly, I think this yarn is very easy to substitute if you can't get Scheepjes in your area, or if Scheepjes is slightly out of your budget. I know this is like not a price point that everyone can just buy without thinking. Let me just check again how much it is. So it's about 750 euros. So that's 15 euros per 100 grams. So I understand that that's not kind of in everyone's budget. But it is my favorite yarn. I do believe that it is totally worth it. And in case you can't afford it or you can't get it where you live, then there are great substitutes because it is such a standard yarn. Both the meterage and the content. And they have 80 different colors, so there are just so many color combinations to make, which is very, very important for color work. Sometimes I will see yarn companies just producing maybe like 10 colors, and there will be like one dark one and the rest are all like pastel or very light or very bright colors. And then you only have say it's dark blue, because there's always a dark blue. And then you basically only have 9 color combinations. So, for color work knitting, I ever since that has kind of become my thing, I kind of look at new yarn ranges like that. And I always think it's a shame if it kind of shows that they didn't really think about that. And with Metropolis, it's just really, really easy to make great combinations. So yeah, that is the yarn that I would recommend. Yes, but let me finish what I was saying about the cowls. So I feel like cowls are always kind of thought of as they should be quick projects. Let me turn on the overhead camera again, because I keep showing things on here. So I feel like cowls always get this kind of image that they should be quick, and obviously these cowls are not quick. The short one is 60 centimeters and the long one is 120 centimeters long. So it's a lot of knitting. I totally get that. And this will not be great for beginners because they will lose interest. But for me, this is the project that I love most, and that I think is most rewarding, because it's, yeah. Okay, I'll stop gushing about the cowls. So I'm also knitting a cowl right now. So I'll just take a knitting break. I'll be here until 11 a.m. so you can ask me any questions about the book. And after that, I really have to do, I have to clean out these closets because they're gonna be picked up today. Let's see. Oh, Sarina has a great tip. If a yarn that you want is kind of out of your budget, if you want to buy it all in one go. Sarina says, doe zoals ik, koop een... Oh, that little heart icon is in the way. Koop een paar. En als ze op zijn, nog wat, hoef je niet alles in één keer. Yeah, so you can buy the amount of yarn as you go. And it's not something that I would recommend to everyone, because then you have to look at the batch number, because it's always possible that in between you did a little message and then it bumps it up. That's great thinking. Okay, got sidetracked. So if you buy them in like smaller batches, you want to see the batch code, just so that there isn't a difference in the color. And you can find the batch code on your ball band. So for example, I'm not sure if this is if the camera picks this up, but it says color 036, and then it says the colorway name, and then it says lot. And sometimes it will say lot number, sometimes it will say batch number or batch code, and then after that is the code that you want to look for. And sometimes with online shopping they mention the batch codes, but it's much easier to just give your local yarn shop a call and ask them if they, what kind of batch code they have, and if they have the same one. And even if it's a different one, it might not be noticeable, but I would definitely check. So yeah, I thought I would knit another one for myself because I just love this cowl so much. And I also think that it's great to have an example of one of the projects as it's being knit up, because the construction of the cowl can be a little bit confusing. And I'm all about making things extra clear. So the book is already up for pre-order, and thank you so much to everyone who has already ordered a copy. Thank you very much. I see each and every order, and I keep a list. I keep an Excel list where I retype all of your address details and your names so that I can sign the books for you. And I'm just sorry. Talking too much. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I think the books are gonna arrive tomorrow, which is very exciting, but also devastating because I won't be home. My boyfriend will be here collecting the books, because I'm at the Breien tomorrow, and yeah, then I'll come home and then I will get everything ready to pack. Serena says, I can't pre-order, but I will buy once it's out. That is completely fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every order. Of course, I get a little percentage of every book that is sold. But if it's in your budget to buy directly from me, then I would really appreciate, because I get way more profit from the books that I sell directly. And I can sign them for you, so that's fun. I even bought special signing pens, just because I was worried that the ones that I had would make a stain on the other side of the book. So yeah. So I've ordered the boxes, I've ordered some little thank you cards to put in them, I've ordered fun stickers, and on Monday my mom will come over and then we'll, we will be a packing machine and drive everything to the post office. I have to wait for the English version. Yeah, I can't wait for the English version. I mean, I know that I think 80% of my followers are not Dutch, so I am feeling a little bit guilty for publishing a book in Dutch first, but it's just the way it goes. it's just the way it happened, and I will be working on the English translation, and then we will find a UK publisher, and I already have a favorite, so I think that won't be a problem. But of course, the publisher Uniboek Spectrum, they're focused on the Dutch version right now, obviously. Yeah, because it isn't even out yet, so I need to be a little bit more patient before setting everything up for the English version. Yeah, and who knows, it might be in German as well in the future, or maybe in French. I'm just, we will see. So, just if you want to make that happen faster, quicker, then just share the book online, and then stores in other countries will see, like, oh, I think we want that book, and then they'll ask their supplier, their publisher, and then they'll contact my publisher, and it just gets them a little bit more motivated to actually do that than when I say it. I think, because it always helps to know that there's a market for stuff. So this Monday it will be out. I will be on at the Breien tomorrow. That's in Zwolle. I will have a few copies of the books, but they won't be for sale. It will just be, to show them. And I will have some samples. And then next week I will have a launch party in Ghent. I just saw someone commenting about that. I ordered mine already, said I can come to the KnitCat party. Yeah, I know it's a bit far away for many. Natasha says, I can't wait for my copy, but I somehow fudged up my email address. Yes, I caught that. So I will, I will fix that in the behind the scenes. And did I make a mistake? No. And then I will resend the email so that you have it. But rest assured, your order is there. So you'll receive the book anyway. We are patient followers. Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne. I just, share it, show it to your local yarn store. And then maybe we can make this happen even quicker. But yeah, who knows? I can't really estimate how long it will take. I live close by. I'm there almost every Wednesday, but I need to work. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my god. So sorry. I'm the one messing up your show at the moment with yarn overs. Oh, Bubs. Did I get your name right? And you're not messing up my shawl. You're just finding a creative way to make the pattern work for you. But I do wish I could help you more. I was thinking about, Bobs asked, she's knitting the Cozy Moment shawl, and there are a couple of increase rows in there where you increase on every stitch, and I know those are very tedious rows, and I'm doing that with knit front back, and the knit front backs were getting a little bit tight for her, and she asked if there was a different solution. And yeah, I mean, you could do yarn overs, and then it will just be more decorative. because I do sometimes use yarn overs, as a full increase row, and it looks beautiful. It will just change the look of the shawl a little bit, but I think it's fine. And yarn overs, they do give way more stretch than knit front back, so I think that will be a good decision. Yeah. Oh, and I am knitting, so it's so of course the Leiden Kohl shawl, but I wanted to talk about the needles. I'm knitting on sea knit needles, which I also bought at Knitgot. They are very short, as you can see, which is very unusual for me, and it is also just unusual for me to use any other needles than Chaogu, because Chaogus are my absolute favorites. But I only have those in 80 centimeter length or longer, and the cowl I really wanted to knit it on 40 centimeter length cables, because then, is this 40 centimeters? Well, it's probably shorter because of the short needle tips. Let's see if I can do this. Probably won't be accurate. Okay, but I'm halfway and it's 24. So yeah, the cable could definitely be 40 centimeters. So usually I knit on Chaogus, but I wanted to knit at the exact circumference because I think that is just really pleasant to knit. Let's see, I had a hand injury and a few knit front backs are okay, but they are so tight. I've there done every stitch. I know make one left, make one right, but tried those and they leaned too much compared to KFB. Yeah, and for make one left, make one right, it can also, for me it is tighter than a knit front back. But I think I passed the last increase row now, unless I didn't read the pattern very well. Oh yeah, I think so too, because you said you were going to be at 384 stitches, which is the final stitch count of the shawl. I've knit and read that pattern so many times, I know it almost from the top of my head. Yeah, I think you passed the last increase row, so for now it's just a lot of knitting, but no more increase rows. Yeah, so I am going to end the live stream in 5 minutes. Because I really have some work to do, and I really hope that I can be back next week, but I really don't know how next week will look with all of the the book launch stuff, and also because this room is going to get emptier and emptier, and yeah. It will just be a couple of days before we actually leave the house. So there is a chance that I won't be able to do a live stream next week. So I hope that that is okay. I mean, of course it's okay, but yeah, I'll be back the week after or the week after that. We did get a well, I want to say apartment, but really it is a house in Inverness with 2 bedrooms. So I will have the second bedroom as my office, and I know I can't do much decorating because it is a rented space. Yes, to the UK, to Scotland. Sorry, I'm just replying to chat messages. I always kind of forget that it can be confusing for people who watch the replay that I'm reading chat questions. But yeah, so we're moving to Scotland. we're gonna arrive on the 30th of October, so just one day before Halloween. And yeah, so I'm gonna see how to make that second bedroom my own. And then after we arrive there, a couple of days later, I'm already on plane back to the Netherlands because I'm going to be at the Creadu in the weekend. So on the 4th and 5th of November. So if you're around Utrecht, then you can catch me there. A bit sad, no more classes from you in Lidgard. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to this new adventure, and I'm happy about it. But also, there's always gonna be stuff that you leave behind, and yeah, I'm also sad about that. But I think I have so many great memories, and this book launch party will be such, a cherry on the cake. Oh, I think that's a Dutch saying. I think in English they say it's the icing on the cake. Yeah, and so I'll be at Creadu for November 4th and 5th. So if you're around, please do come and say hi. Handwerkbeurs Gent 2 a few days later. Nope, I will be going back after the Creadu. Also because, I don't have a car here. I'll be going with the train, and I honestly didn't realize the Handwerkbeurs in Gent was so soon. But yeah, maybe one day, but I really can't say right now. And yeah, so I also don't want to leave my partner alone too much in Inverness because, we'll be there for like 3 days and I'm off again. So leaving him with a bunch of boxes, and probably our bed won't have arrived yet. So I'm just going to be leaving him with a bunch of stuff. So I really want to get back as soon as possible. So I'm just in the Netherlands for 3 days. I really wanted to be at the Creadu because it's the biggest fair in the Netherlands. And it's the first one after my book comes out, and I really wanted to be there. Yeah, so that's really exciting. So if you want to get a book signed by me, I would really recommend to order within the next 2 weeks, because then I can send it personally. And I can sign it for you, and then afterwards, I just don't know, because I will be in Scotland, and I also have to, I'll have to set up a new business in Scotland and close the one I have here, so I'm not sure how that will go with book sales. So if you're thinking about maybe not getting it now, but maybe for Christmas, or, asking it for Christmas, then I would really nudge the person that you think is going to get it for you and say hey, I would really like to support the author and get a signed copy before she goes. So because really I'm not sure if I can be sending any more books after I leave. So not to give you a deadline or anything, but I'm just being honest. I'm not sure if I can send more books after I leave. I won't be at the launch party, but if Tanya puts the book aside, could you sign it for me? Yes, absolutely. is no problem at all. I will happily do that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm also kind of nervous. But you know, I'm gonna get a first taster of what it's like tomorrow. At the Breien, I'll be at the book stand of Boekhandel Buitelaar. It will be my first time at their stand, so that's exciting. And yeah, and I'll be at their stand for I think 2 hours, and then I'll be browsing the fair. So if you see it, if you see me, just feel free to say hi. Don't be sad, I had one class review and I liked it. Thank you so much, I liked having you there. I just enjoy all of my workshops so much because it's kind of the only time in my, in my day or in my business when I get to interact with people. I mean, I say this as if I'm alone 24/7, but it's I get direct feedback on my patterns and on my work, and it's really, really helpful. Even though it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to be around so many people. But yeah. Oh, I'm addicted to this knit. Okay, so it's already a couple minutes after 11, so I really have to go. I will be taking this with me to the Breien tomorrow as well. So if you see me, please do come and say hi. I would love to meet you or love to see you again. Bob says I need to finish this cozy moment so I can start the other one. Forget the name for a moment. Oh, I think you mean... Do you mean the Scent of the Pine one? That's my other lace shawl. Ariadne says, good luck on your book launch at the Big Move. Yeah, thank you. Oh, see you tomorrow, Emma. Thank you. Serena says, see you next time. And if you're not live, have a safe trip. Thank you so much. Have a productive day sorting things out. Yes, thank you. Today's also a fun day because the new owners of the house are going to be here tonight. I've already met them, but yeah, it will just be fun. And they also have some furniture that they want, so that will be extra helpful for us. Thank you. Wish you a lot of success with your book. Thank you. Okay. Lots of fun at the Yarn Festival. Yes, thank you. Okay, this is too much fun. I really need to go. Thank you all so much for being here, even if it was just for a short time. And maybe I will see you next week, and otherwise we will see each other very soon. I'll keep you guys updated via Instagram and Facebook and everywhere. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.